Death Valley Days, where Western history comes alive. With your host, Dale Robertson.
Stories of the Old West are stories of hardships and adventure, of dreams and of courage. Stories of the American pioneer are all a part of our past, of our heritage. The Old West had more than its share of great salesmen. Some made their money selling cattle, others selling land, and still others selling stocks and gold and silver mines. But then in Shermantown, Nevada, was a man named Jack Reardon, who ran the biggest little post office in the world.
Welcome to Shermantown, mister. Can I do something for you?
My name's Hull. Wesley Hull. I'm looking for a Jack Reardon. Do you happen to know him?
My name's Blanchard. I'm the mayor here.
Oh, how do you do, Mayor Blanchard?
When I'm on duty. Right now I'm off duty.
His pleasure.
Oh, will you join me, sir?
Oh, thank you. I never drink during business hours.
Just what is your business, Mr. Hull?
I'm, with the government.
Is Jack in some kind of trouble?
What do you know about him?
Plenty. Make that a double, Harry. Well, sir, Jack Reardon runs the post office here.
I know that. Go on.
Well, he's about the nicest fellow you'd ever want to meet.
Is that all?
That's all. Well, he's just down the street. Why don't you see for yourself?
I intend to.
Oh, Mr. Hull, you won't find nobody in this town that'll poor-mouth Jack Reardon.
Really? We'll see about that.
Well, come in. And welcome to the biggest little post office in the world.
You, Mr. Reardon?
Hi.
Take a look at that.
Ooh. Well, pleased to meet you, Mr. Hull. And you must be bone weary after such a long ride. Clara, would you fix another glass of lemonade, please? We got a visitor.
Maybe you don't understand, Mr. Reardon. I am the postal inspector. I've traveled hundreds of miles to investigate you.
Oh, but I understand perfectly, Mr. Hull. But I also remember a saying from my youth, that you keep a clear conscience. You got nothing to fear. Oh, Clara, this is Mr. Hull from the post office department, come to see how we're running the post office. And this is me, Mrs. Clara.
Ma'am.
I'm sure you won't find anything wrong, Mr. Hull. We're very successful.
Oh, perhaps too successful. No, thank you. No lemonade. Now, I've traveled a great distance on important business, and I would like to get down to it.
In that case, I'll just leave you men alone. I do hope you'll take your meals with us, Mr. Hull. The food at the hotel is impossible.
No, thank you. No meals for me.
I'll talk him into having dinner with us, Clara. Now, you run along, girl.
Now, I don't know what your game is, Reardon, but let me tell you this. No amount of Irish charm is going to keep me from exposing you.
I'm afraid I don't understand. Exposing me? For what?
Selling stamps.
But isn't that one of the functions of the post office, to sell stamps?
It is.
Well, then, what seems to be the problem?
5 years ago, when this town struck it rich, you had a population of 5,000 and the post office sold $1,500 worth of stamps each month.
Aye.
Now your population is only 300, but the post office still sells $1,500 worth of stamps each month. Now, isn't that surprising?
Well, I guess the folks that stayed behind are just natural-born letter writers.
That doesn't explain it.
Well, and then you got the cowboys that come riding into town. Don't forget them.
To buy stamps?
Well, some of them do. And then folks come from miles around to buy stamps from me.
Why? All stamps are the same.
Well, I don't know. But I always give them a friendly hello and a smile, and... Well, I guess you could just say that it's personality. I mean, after all, I could be mayor of the town if I chose.
But it's not as profitable as running the post office, is it? I suppose you don't even know that your salary of $2,000 a year is directly related to the volume of stamps that you sell.
Is that a fact?
It is. Now, I don't know how you're making big money out of the post office, but I'm going to find out.
Well, I just do my job awfully well.
I suppose you know that I have the right to demand to see your post office account book. I don't suppose that you keep one. Therefore...
Oh, I do. But I do. I've got it right here.
This is the post office account book that you keep hidden away. Well, I'm going to take it to my room for safekeeping. And don't try to leave town.
I couldn't do that. I mean, I got me general store to run as well as the post office.
Doesn't look too busy to me. Where are all the cowboys hungry for stamps?
I'd almost forgotten about this spot up here. But I happen to remember it's your favorite place for setting me straight. What have you got on your mind, girl?
What's going to happen to us, Jack?
Nothing's going to happen to us. I haven't done anything wrong.
Jack, you studied law. You have a way of interpreting it. And you could be a great lawyer in San Francisco. There are all kinds of opportunities.
I'd like to practice law, all right.
But what?
Well, we're doing fine right here.
I don't know if a wife is supposed to talk to her husband this way, Jack. But I only know of one way to be. That's honest.
All right. Then be honest with me, girl.
You know I love you and want the best for you. Well, in San Francisco, you could do important things. I believe in you, Jack. And I don't like to see you waste yourself in a little ghost town. There. I said it.
Aye. You said it, all right. And I suppose that there's even the possibility that you could be right.
Then we can sell the general store to Frank Burke. He even wrote me a letter to see if I can get you to give him easy terms.
I can make him the terms that he wants, all right. That's no problem.
Then when can we leave, Jack?
As soon as I can convince him that he's got no case against me at all.
And if you can't convince him?
I'll convince him, all right. Don't you worry about that, girl. If you don't say that this is the best cake that you ever set your lip to, then you just don't know what's good.
I don't want a slice of cake, Mr. Reardon.
It's not a slice of cake. The whole cake is yours, baked special for you by my missus.
Mr. Reardon, you're driving me crazy. All you do all day long is talk to people and offer me things. Now, I don't want a slice of cake. All I want to do is to sit here quietly and go over this book.
You're just out of sorts, Wesley. Why don't you take the book back up to your room where you can study it in peace and quiet?
Oh, no. I'm going to stay right here because I'm checking up to see how many stamps you sell in one day. Now, so far today, you've spoken to 12 people. And you haven't sold one stamp.
Well, just one of those days, you know. Teddy, good day to you. What can I do for you?
Well, I'll take a side of bacon, sack of salt, and $50 worth of stamps.
Here's your salt, and I'll drop the bacon off to you later.
Oh, all right.
And $50 worth of stamps. Your regular order, huh?
Huh?
Had any rain out your way?
Oh, a little here, a little there. How about yourself?
Been a little dry in town. Teddy here's one of my best customers.
Can I ask you a question?
Maybe.
What are you going to do with all those stamps?
Gonna stick 'em on letters.
Give me regards to the missus.
I will. Bye.
See?
Like a horseshoe and $25 worth of stamps.
Yes, sir. Pleasure to serve you, Hank.
Just a second. What do you do with all those stamps?
Eat 'em.
Eat them.
Haven't you got any sense of humor?
I don't understand.
It's another way of saying mind your own business, mister.
There's something strange going on around here. I'm going to find out what it is if I have to check every person in this town. I want to know about the way he runs that store of his.
A double, Harry.
Double. Well?
Well, sir, there is something to be learned about what he's doing down there.
Yes? Yes?
He's very shrewd in all of his dealings.
All right, he's shrewd. What else?
Well, Jack Reardon's as honest as the day is long.
What about the way Reardon treats his wife?
Oh, I could tell you a story. What a story.
Tell me. What about his wife?
Whiskey?
Double. Well? What about his wife? Does he beat her?
Beat her?
Yeah.
Jack Reardon wouldn't hurt a fly, especially his wife. Well, he loves Clara. Once a year, he lets her go to Boston to visit with her folks for a couple of months.
I want to hear something bad about Reardon.
That's a tall order, mister. A tall order.
You know, there's something else I don't understand.
What's that?
Well, two fellas came into the post office this morning and bought more stamps than I've ever seen anyone else buy. Maybe you know who they are. Yeah. Teddy Sparks and Hank Stearns. Now, Teddy bought $50 worth of stamps and Hank bought $25 worth.
Teddy and Hank bought all those stamps?
Yeah, they said they were going to put them on letters.
Teddy and Hank bought all those stamps, $75 worth, for letters?
Well, what's the joke?
Neither one of them can write.
Excuse me. See me, please. Gentlemen, thank you. You know that everybody in town's laughing at me. Your husband thinks he's made a fool of me. But he's got a surprise coming to him. You can tell him that I'm thinking of having him taken into custody later today.
For doing what?
Well, I can't say just now, but it doesn't look good for him. He's the kind of a background that juries just don't like.
I don't understand.
Well, he gambles and drinks and gets into fights sometimes.
I swear to you, he has never done anything wrong.
How would you know? Away each year for a couple of months in Boston.
Are you saying that Jack got into trouble when I was away?
Oh, no, I didn't say that. But what I'm trying to say is that if your husband is smart, he'll confess. It'll go a lot easier for him. Good day, Mrs. Reardon.
Jack, I've got to speak to you.
Got you so upset, girl?
I'm so frightened. Hull said he's thinking of taking you into custody today.
Oh, he did he? And on what charge?
He wouldn't say.
No. Then I'd say he was bluffing.
You didn't get into trouble with the law when I was away, did you?
Is that what he's saying, is it?
Well, you do gamble and drink and sometimes get into fights.
Aye, that I do.
Hull is so angry. He may do anything. Maybe if you got very serious with him and didn't joke anymore, he wouldn't be so angry.
No, girl. That would be a mistake. Then he'd be sure that I was trying to hide something. The best way is just to be myself. You understand? However, I might just teach Mr. Wesley here a lesson for scaring you so.
Hold it, Reardon.
Good day, Wesley.
Where do you think you're going?
Well, me and Clara's just going on a picnic. Won't you join us?
I think you're taking some evidence out of the post office to burn it. Let me see what's in that bag. All right, pull back that cover. All right. Well, how do I know you're coming back?
No, you don't. So why don't you join us like I asked you to?
No.
Ah, come on.
All right. Thank you.
All set?
Why don't you confess?
I would. If I'd done anything wrong to confess for no other reason but for your sake.
Please eat something. I'm worried about you.
I'll just have a little piece of chicken, thank you.
And a little glass of wine.
All right, and a little glass of wine. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, let me see that. It's imported from Spain. It must be pretty expensive.
Hey, it is. But occasionally I do well at my gambling.
But not as well as you do at the post office, huh?
You worry too much, Wesley. Perhaps a little game of cards would relax you. You're sitting there like a man that's about to be arrested.
No, thank you. You'd like to take my money, wouldn't you?
It'll make you a sporting proposition.
No. Thank you very much. All the odds would be in your favor.
Suppose I put them in your favor. As a matter of fact, suppose I put them in your favor at 52 to 1. And I'll bet you that you can take the deck, draw a card out, and for $1 silver, I'll tell you the name of the card.
I think you'd be a fool to make a bet like that.
Nevertheless, I'm offering it.
Let me see those cards.
You'll find them honest enough, all right.
Will I? Is the bet still on?
It's on.
All right. Call the card.
Ace of spades.
9 of diamonds. Hey, you lose. Pay up.
All right, there's your $1.
That was a pretty foolish bet on your part.
Maybe. Do you always drink and gamble on the job, Wesley?
I get it now. You're going to spread the story that I drink and gamble on the job.
No, I don't think I will.
Well, then why did you get me to drink and gamble?
Well, just to show you that sometimes things aren't always the way that they seem. What I mean to say is that, well, you shouldn't try to prove that I'm guilty till you found out that I've done something wrong. A little more wine, Wesley?
Yes. Why not?
Hey, Wesley!
What?
Did you forget something?
What's that?
The post office account book.
Oh, no, you keep it. I can't use it. You see, I can't prove that you're doing anything wrong. Because it doesn't make any sense that you're able to sell $1,500 worth of stamps each month in a community of 300 illiterates.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't say they're all illiterates. Half of them can write.
You know, I may just come back to investigate you again when you least expect me.
And I might just not be here. I might be in San Francisco practicing law. I find I got a real gift for it.
Good luck.
And the same to you.
What? Bye.
Good day.
Frank Brooke sent word that he wants to see you right away. I understand he's angry with you.
Oh, yes, is he? I tell you, don't you worry about it, Clara. Matter of fact, run in and start packing your bags. I'm going to go sell him a store. And then we're going to San Francisco. Frank! Clara says you're upset with me. What's troubling you?
Put me in a bad position, Jack.
Well, I got some good news for you.
Now, dear, just wait. You let me speak now. Jack, every month you have been paying me for the supplies that I deliver to your store with stamps, right?
Hey.
Every month it's getting harder to get rid of those stamps. I've been using the stamps that I get from you to supply the needs of my company and every company on my route. And I still can't dispose of $1,500 worth of stamps a month.
Hey, but that's the salesmanship of it, Buckle. You bring me $1,450 worth of supplies, right? I give you $1,500 worth of stamps. You sell the stamps along your route. I sell the supplies in my store, put the money in the post office. You make an extra $50, and I get a raise in salary from the post office department.
I don't know. In the beginning, I was doing people a favor, supplying them with stamps. Then I just got to be a pest.
Well, it'll not be necessary for you to sell stamps anymore, Frank.
No?
No. I'll be moving to San Francisco now. And if you're still interested, the store's all yours.
Well, Jack, you know I want to get off the road and settle down, but how much do you want?
Well, the way I figured, first, I'll take you a good team of horses here. And then, well, you pay me for the supplies that are in my store, and she's all yours.
Well, I'll bring the team around first thing in the morning. How much do you figure you got on hand in the way of supplies?
No, I'd say enough to last for maybe 30 days.
That'd be about $1,500 worth?
Hey, roughly, I'd say.
Are they in stamps?
All right, you got a deal. Hey, Clara! For the rest of his life, Jack Reardon avoided those technicalities which might bring him under the suspicion of the law. As a matter of fact, he became a successful lawyer and a staunch upholder of the law.